Good day to you, my brilliant students. My name is Tremains Olalegbenisola, your commerce teacher. Welcome to today's lesson brought to you by Egota Virtual Learning. Today, we will be exploring three important organizations in the business world: Trade Association, Chambers of Commerce, and Consumer Association. These organizations play crucial roles in shaping the business environment and protecting various stakeholders' interests. Let us talk about our lesson objective for today's lesson. By the end of this lesson, you will understand the definition, aims, and functions of trade association. Number two, you'll be able to comprehend the role and importance of chambers of commerce and employers association. And number three, you'll be able to grab the concept of consumer associations and consumerism. Let us begin with the definition of trade association. What is trade association? Trade association is an organization formed by businesses operating in the same industry or sector to promote their common interest. This is a group of individuals or firms in the same trade who have voluntarily agreed to come together with the major aim of promoting and safeguarding the interests of their members and trade. It is an association made up of organizations with common interests. Almost every branch of trade has a body to represent its interests. It works towards protecting members' prosperity and is financed from the subscription paid by its members. Examples, we have a National Council of Farmers, Barbers Association, Fashion Designers Association, Paper Sellers Association, etc. Let's talk about the aims of trade association. Number one, to promote and protect the interests of members' businesses, to establish industry standard and best practices, to facilitate trade and networking and collaboration among members. Maintenance of professional ethics among members, safeguarding the interest of its members, ensures uniformity in prices for its products, creating uniformity in the method of dealing with the public, protection of their trade of profession, acting as pressure group to influence government policies, rendering of quality services, giving assistance to needy members, exchanging of information among members, and regulating of members' activities. Let's take a look at the functions of trade association. We have advocacy, that is representing the industry's interest to government bodies. We have information sharing, providing market research and industry trends to members. Training, offering professional and development opportunities. Networking, organizing events for members to connect and collaborate. Other functions include ensuring uniformity in mode of operation. Yes, trade association ensures uniformity in the mode of operation. Number two, educating members. It educates members on development in their respective field and activities by organizing seminars. Protection of their trade, preventing quacks from infiltrating the trade of profession. That is, they help to prevent any unqualified personalities into their association. It influences government policies. It influences the policies of the government as it affects their trade. Provision of information. Trade associations provide information relating to their members and their trade. This will help members to be conversant and be current with the latest developments in their trade. Settlement of debts and disputes. Trade association also settle disputes and quarrels among their members. Protection of members' interests. Members' interests are promoted and safeguarded by trade association. Do you know that they also help to maintain of professional standards? Yes, maintenance of professional standards. It draws up standards of association as for their members, as this must be followed strictly. Number nine, do you know that it also represents its members? It negotiates with other associations as a body and entity. We also have rendering of assistance to members. It is one of their functions to render probably financial, morally, or any kind of assistance to any of their members who is in need of it. More examples of trade association, we can look at the Nigeria Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines, and Agriculture. NASIMA is a trade association that represents various sectors of the Nigeria economy. Let's move on to the next topic: Chambers of Commerce and Employers Association. What does that mean? Let me define it for you. Definition: a chamber of commerce is a local organization of businesses aimed at furthering their collective interest, while an employer association specifically represents employers in their labor-related matters. Do you also know that Chambers of Commerce is an association of entrepreneurs in one locality for the purpose of promoting and protecting trade in a particular area, which may be beneficial to all members? It is a group of local businesses, people who work together to help business and trade in a particular trade. It is a non-political, non-profit making association. It is controlled by the officer appointed by the members. Almost every industrial town has a chamber of commerce. These members are manufacturers and merchants. Examples of chambers of commerce: we have Oyo Chambers of Commerce, Enugu Chamber of Commerce, Ibadan Chamber of Commerce, Lagos Chamber of Commerce, Port Harcourt Chambers of Commerce. Let's talk about the aims of Chamber of Commerce. Number 1, to promote local business interests. Number 2, to foster economic growth in the community. To provide a unified voice for businesses in policy matters. To represent employers in neighbors negotiation, that is employers association. Other aims include to represent and protect their members' interests, to educate members on development in their field, to influence government policies for the benefit of members, to promote internal and international trade, promotion of businesses activity in a town, to settle disputes among members. Let's further talk about the functions of chambers of commerce. Promotion of home and foreign trade. Chambers of Commerce is set up to facilitate and promote home and foreign trade. Ensures cooperation with other chambers of commerce. It cooperates with both domestic and foreign chambers of commerce in order to facilitate commercial activities. Do you also know that they also help to provide information to members on their line of businesses? Do you also know that they settle disputes among members? Chambers of Commerce help to settle disputes among its members. They help to develop commerce and trade in particular country. It assists in the development of trade, commerce, and industry. Organization of trade fairs. They organize trade fairs, exhibition to enhance and facilitate commercial activities. They also act as pressure groups on government policies. They influence government policies on matters of trade and industry. Educating members on new techniques and technology. It educates and trains members on new techniques and technology through seminars. Do you also know that they provide vital information to members? Yes, it acquaints members with information on current government policies on trade and information likely to be of interest to members. They act as watchdog on government policies. It can provide support or act as an opposition to any policies of the government which it feels will affect its members negatively. One particular example of Chamber of Commerce, let us look at the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, also known as LCCI, which has its headquarters in Alausa. Is a prominent chamber of commerce in Nigeria that support businesses in Lagos State. Let us move on to the next phase, that is consumer association and consumerism. We're going to be looking deeply into this specifically. Definition of consumer association. A consumer association is an organization that works to protect and promote the rights of consumers. Consumerism, in either way, is a social movement seeking to enhance the rights and powers of buyers in relation to sellers. A consumer is an individual who makes the final use of goods and services provided by a firm. Therefore, consumer protection can be defined as various ways and methods adopted by the government and private organizations to ensure that consumers are not cheated or exploited by producers and middlemen, and they derive maximum satisfaction from the consumption of goods and services they paid for. Consumer protection endeavors to protect the consumers against the exploitation on fraudulent sellers who may want to offer false credit facilities, low quality and harmful goods. Deceptive weights and measures. In exercising their rights, consumers may fully take cognizance of their buyers' beware. The protection of consumers is more enhanced in advanced countries than in underdeveloped countries. A consumer is an individual who makes the final use of the goods and services provided by organization and firm. These are the aims of consumer association: to protect consumer rights, to educate consumers about their rights and responsibilities, to advocate for fair businesses, practices, and consumer-friendly policies. What are the rights of a consumer? They have the right to choose between alternatives. Consumers have the right to good things of life. They have the right to safety. The consumers also have the right to be heard. They have the right to be informed. Consumers have the right to get or recovered value for their money. Consumers have the right to seek redress to correct any injustice. They have the right to live in a healthy environment. Next, let's talk about the functions of consumer association. Number one, consumer education, providing information on products, services, and consumer rights. Number two, complaint handling, assisting consumers in resolving disputes with businesses. Number three, product testing, conducting independent tests and publishing results. Number four, policy advocacy, lobbying for consumer protection laws and regulation. Now, what are the reasons for consumer protection? Example number one, substandard goods and low quality goods, misleading and false advertisements, incorrect weights and measures to ensure maximum satisfaction, unreasonable high prices, protection against harmful and dangerous goods, credit purchase agreements. Since some consumers may not know the details of credit agreements before entering into contract, they must be protected against false credit facilities, e.g. hire purchase. They have the right to choose should not be restricted. This will ensure a consumer gets the type of goods and services he demanded for. Regular supply of goods. The consumer are protected to ensure regular supply of goods. This will guard against hoarding of goods, just like petrol, fuel. Goods and services will be provided where and when they are needed. Awareness of certain laws. Consumer need to be educated on hire purchase laws and other such laws. Inadequate instruction or direction. If instruction or direction for use or manual are not given, consumers can make wrong use of manufacturers' items and suffer injuries or loss in the end. Example, tap, electrical items. Let's talk about the substandard goods or low quality. Some producers actually sometimes offer for sale substandard goods without taking the consumer into consideration. Hence, for protecting them to ensure goods are sold of high quality. When you go to the market now and you want to purchase a particular item, and most goods that were found are substandard goods, that means you will not have the maximum satisfaction on the goods board because they are substandard and fake. Misleading and false advertisement. Some adverts on TV or on radio may not come with full details of what the product is all about. Sometimes you purchase a product and at the end of the day you will not derive the actual reason for purchasing the goods. This claim of some advertisers about their products may be deceptive and false. Hence, the consumer need adequate and correct information to make his or her choices. Now, let's practice some WAEC past questions. For each question, I will give you a moment to think about the answer before we discuss it further. It will help you to understand on how WAEC questions are being set for future references. So number one, this one is coming from year 2018. Which of the following is not a function of trade association? A. Promoting members' interests, settling in industry standard, providing loans to members, organizing trade fair. The answer is option C, providing loans to members. Option A, B, and D are all functions of trade association. While trade associations support their members in various ways, providing loans is typically not one of their functions. This is usually done by financial associations. Organization that protects and see to the interest of consumer is called dash. This one is coming from year 2019. A. Trade union. B. Consumer association. C. Chambers of commerce. D. Corporate society. What's your answer? Our correct answer is option B. Consumer association. Consumer association are specifically formed to protect and promote consumers' interests. trade union, which is option A, represent workers. Chambers of commerce, which is option C, represent businesses. And corporate society, which is option D, are member-owned businesses. Let's go to question number 3. Which of the following is a major aim of Chamber of Commerce? This one's coming from year 2020. Option A, to maximize profit for members. Option B, to promote local business interests. Option C, to provide loans to members. And option D, to organize strikes for better working conditions. Take a moment and think about your answer. Correct answer is option B. Let me explain. To promote local business interests, this is a primary aim of Chambers of Commerce, while option A, which is incorrect, as Chambers does not directly involve a member's profit making. Option C is not a function of Chambers but of financial institution, while option D relates more to trade unions than to Chambers of Commerce. Let's move on to question number 4. Consumerism is best described as a movement that seeks to dash. That is coming from year 2017. Option A, increase consumer spending. Option B, to reduce consumers' rights. Option C, enhance consumers' rights and power. Option D, limit consumers' choices. Pause and consider your response. Correct answer is option C. Enhance consumer rights and power. Let me explain. This is the fundamental goal of consumerism. Option A is not the aim of consumerism, though it might be a business goal, while option B and D are opposite to the aims of consumerism. Let's proceed. Question number 5, coming from year 2021. Which of the following is not typically a function of an employers association? Option A, negotiating with labor unions. Option B, providing legal advice to members. Option C, organizing strikes. Option D, representing employees in policy discussion. Take a moment and think about your answer. The correct answer is option C, organizing strikes. Let me explain. Employers association represents employers and not workers. Organizing strikes is typically a function of trade unions, not employers association. Option A, B, and D are all common functions of employers association. Let's proceed to question number 6. The primary role of a trade association in setting industry standard is to dash. This one is coming from 2019. Option A, increase competition among members. Option B, ensure quality and consistency in the industry. Option C, reduce government regulation and maximize profit for all members. Pause and take a deep breath. Correct answer is option B, ensure quality and consistency in the industry. Setting standard helps maintain quality across the industry. Option A is incorrect, as association aim to support all members, not increase competition. Option C might be a side effect, but is not the primary goal of setting standard. Option D is not directly related to selling industry standards. Question number 7. Which of the following activities is most likely to be carried out by a consumer association? This one is coming for year 2020. Negotiating wages for workers. Option B, testing products and publishing results. Option C, setting prices for goods and services. And option D, providing loans to businesses. What's your answer? The correct answer is option B, testing products and publishing results. This is a key function of consumer association to inform and protect consumers. Option A is a function of trade unions, not consumer association, while option C and D are not typically functions of consumer associations. Let's move on to the next number. The main difference between a chamber of commerce and a trade association is that a chamber of commerce is dash. This one is coming from year 2018. Option A, represent businesses from various industry in a geographical area. Option B, focuses on a single industry nationwide. Option C is always a government organization, while option D provides financial services to its members. Pause and consider your response. The correct answer is option A, represent businesses from various industries in a geographical area. Chambers of commerce are typically local or regional and cross-industry. Option B describes a trade association, not a chamber of commerce. Option C is incorrect, as chambers of commerce are usually private organizations, while option D is not a primary function of chamber of commerce. Moving on to the next question, which of the following is not a typical aim of consumerism? This is coming from year 2021. Option A, improving product safety. Option B, increasing consumer awareness. Option C, reducing consumer choices. And option D, promoting fair business practices. Take a moment and think about your answer. The correct answer is C, reducing consumers' choice. Consumerism typically aims to expand, not reduce consumers' option. Option A, B, and D are all common goals of the consumerism movement. Question number 10, let's go. An employers association is best described as an organization that's this one is coming from year 2020. Represents workers in negotiation with management. Option B, provide unemployment benefits to laid-off workers. Option C, represent workers in labor-related matters. And option D, regulate business practices across industries. Pause the video and consider your response. The correct answer is option C, represent employers in labor-related matters. This is a primary function of an employers association. Option A, describe a labor union, not an employers association. Option B is a function of government agencies, not labor unions, not employers association. While option D is more related to government regulators, not industry associations. Let's take a trip around what we have done for today's lesson. We have talked about trade association, represent specific industry, promoting their interests and setting standards. We have also talked about the chambers of commerce, support local businesses across industry and contribute to local community development. We have also cut across consumer association and consumerism, protect consumer rights, promote fair business practices. These organizations play crucial roles in shaping our business environment. For instance, when you see a Made in Nigeria campaign, it is likely initiated by a trade association. When you attend a local business expo or a trade fair, it's probably organized by chambers of commerce. But when you see a product safety warning or ratings, they often come with consumer association. Keep exploring these topics. They are essential for understanding the business world around you. Practice identifying these organizations in your daily lives and news. Thank you for your attention today. If you have any questions or you need further clarification, please do not hesitate to ask or leave a comment below the video. Remember, understanding this concept will not only help you in your exams but also in your future business endeavor. Keep learning and stay curious. I am your commerce teacher Olalegbeni. Stay blessed, and this is Igota Virtual Platform signing out.